Hello, good evening, 6 o'clock. We've got a brand new launch of a one-day special and it is beautiful. We have got the most gorgeous stamps, of course, by Fairy Hugs. Let's introduce the lovely Julia. Hello, Julia.
Hello, everybody.
Now, you were right, this is a worldwide launch here.
Today is the world launch of the latest collection from Fairy Hugs. 34 new stamps.
Amazing. So you know what I'm going to say, please do get ahead on the website and check out what you want, because we've been told it's already been going before we've even started this show. That's how popular it is.
And I'm not surprised. It's a wonderful release. I think Fairy Hugs are going from strength to strength. I mean, we've only been on the craft store since last October.
That's it.
And already we've got just over 200 stamp sets.
Yes.
And I think this is a really, really lovely release. There's a lot. It's not just fairies. There's lots of other bits and pieces in there as well.
Nature, animals, florals.
And it will work with your other Fairy Hugs and with other stamps that you've got in your stash.
That's what we like as well. So let's then go straight in, because we want you to see all the new todays here. So this is your one-day special. So you have got your Fairy Nests stamp collection. So this is intriguing me, because I never knew fairies had nests.
Oh yes, of course they do. Of course they do. They have condos and all sorts of things. Yes, in the Fairy Hugs world, anyway.
Indeed.
Yes. So this is kind of like some of the stamps in this set will work together, but they will work together with everything else that we've got on the counter. So you've got the daisies, and the daisies are probably the biggest stamp that's in this release. And you can see it's a large stamp. I'll show you the measurements when we get back to demo. But you can actually just use sections of it. You can actually put some of the other fairies sitting on some of the leaves. You can put some of the other, the bunny nest and the bird nest that we've got coming up. That will sit in there. Pixie, Trixie and Dixie can be playing on the leaves as well. So there's lots, and you can have the little bees fluttering around, and you can have your condo dwellers from previous release around there. So you know it's going to work with lots of things. So that's a huge stamp, a standalone stamp if you want it to be.
Excellent.
Then you've got the frilly branches.
Yep.
And those are a righty and a lefty of your foliage. And you do definitely need foliage when you're scene building. Lovely delicate pieces there. Then we've got the fox den, and the fox den is something very, very different for Fairy Hugs, and I'm quite excited about it because obviously you can see there that you can just use it on its own, but you can actually, on the top of the log that's sticking up, you can actually sit your bunny nest or your bird nest on top of there, or you can have a fairy sitting on there looking at the sleeping fox if you want to.
Beautiful.
So that's that one. And then we've got Fifi.
Ah, that's her name.
Yeah, Fifi, one of the fairies, and she's holding her hand up, as you can see there. And so she can be either holding the bubble wand, or she could be holding a dandelion to blow away the dandelion seeds. Yes. But she sits on a lot of the items that are on today's show, and lots of that we've had previously too. Beautiful. And then finally, we've got the mini fairy nests. And you can see they can hang from some of your trees, from Anya's tree, from the moon tree, from any of your branches, or just from the top of your page. And I know that Bonnie, who's the lead D team member, has actually had the larger one with the smaller one hanging down from it as well. That works really nicely, and you're probably seeing that in some of the samples. So the whole collection is a really usable set.
It's fantastic, and we've been sent in some absolutely beautiful samples.
We have, so a massive thank you to the design team. Most of them are in the States. I think there is one lady that lives in this country, but I couldn't do this without them, so thank you so much.
Gorgeous. Let's have a little look then. This one is by Bonnie, and I love this with the fox, and then you've got those lovely fairy nests, and the whole thing, like you said, and the scene building is perfect.
Yes, absolutely perfect. But I mean, don't get stressed about scene building, because you don't have to build a scene if you don't want to. And I'll show you some really simple tricks in a little while.
Amazing. Here you go. And that's a perfect example of the fairies dancing on that lovely large stamp.
Yes, so that's Pixie, Trixie and Dixie.
It's so cute. That one is by
Xiumin.
I think so. SM Tang?
Yeah, Xiumin.
Xiumin. Yeah, cool. There you go. Look at the colours on this one.
Yeah, this is Xiumin as well.
Yes, that is stunning.
So that's only using part of the daisy. It's not using it in its entirety. Yeah. And then the little deer is kind of hiding the bottom of the stem there with one of the fairies sitting down.
Gorgeous.
I think that's Briley, if I seem to remember.
Beautiful. Now, as always, I will show you so many finished samples. We'll make sure we do this over
the whole day anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because we want to show you. We've got loads of new todays on the counter. So for your one-day special, then already super busy. Oh yes, lovely. Right, we're literally 2 minutes in. We are approaching 10% of the stock gone, and we've got a deep stock here. Now, what I can tell you, this is always really important, isn't it, Julia, to say that once this 24 hours has ended, that's it, because they have to be taken off the website.
Yes, because they get shipped from Miami in the States, there's a cut-off, and so they will be packing on Friday morning. So the stock, even if the price went up, you might get it after the one-day special, but from Friday morning you won't be able to get it.
Right, there you go. So do check out your baskets now. Also, just to say, because it's coming from Miami, there is a 9-day... Yeah, it's in 9 days, which is the 25th. Thank you very much, Katie. Thank God she's here. 25th of June, that's when it'll be dispatched from, but it is so worth the wait. Right, next then, we have got, here we go. This is our lovely, these are the ladies, aren't they, that we're just about to come on to here.
Pixie, Trixie and Dixie and the Dandelions.
Yes, here we are. Pixie, Trixie and Dixie, which I'm going to... they're brilliant names.
They are brilliant names, and you know that they're quite mischievous fairies because of their poses, and we've also got the dandelions with them, and we've also got the dance sentiment, because fairy hugs do lots of sentiments now.
Yes,
and it's very appropriate for them because they're meant to be dancing along the dandelion, but they can be dancing along a lot of things that we've got on the show as well.
Leave room in your garden for the fairies to dance. Beautiful.
It is, isn't it?
Oh, and I just love the idea of fairies. I absolutely believe they exist, so there. So this one is by Ronnie. Isn't that just beautiful?
It is beautiful, isn't it? So it doesn't have to be complicated. So we're using Fifi from the one-day special, and another sentiment from one of the other bundles.
Amazing.
That's one of mine.
Beautiful.
That's Fifi blowing the dandelion seeds over to the little scamps, and they're on the seed pods that we've got on the show.
Good stuff. Right, £23.99. Item number is 160044. Then moving along, we've got a bundle of 3 here. Details just coming onto the screen. So we've got Solara, Sparkle Dust and Make-A-Wish.
Yeah.
I love our little work, as I like to call them here.
Yes. So, I mean, there is a sample where just the sparkle dust has been used, just for the entire card, you know, just with the sentiments. Obviously, you can see that Solara is actually, she's actually dropping something, and that could be the sparkle dust, or it could be anything you want. Or she could be reaching up to something.
Yes.
You know, she could be reaching up to the fairy nests. So, you know, and then the sentiments are just so useful, and you can use your sentiments in the background as well. They don't have to just be in the foreground.
I love that. There is no star too far and no dream too grand. So shake the fairy dust and make a wish. The magic is in your hands. Oh, it's like storybooks. I love it.
I know. You can make fantastic stories with the fairy hug stamps.
Yeah.
See, there's just... I mean, you could actually use the sparkle dust for your Christmas cards.
Yeah. It's a good point.
Yeah.
Totally
so
agree
with that.
Real
worker stamp, like you say.
Yeah, nice. Right then, so that is £18.99. Right, we are busy. Please do check out your baskets, and then you can sit and relax and watch the demos. Then the next one, we've got the bees and the fairy nests.
Yes, so this is the large fairy nest. And you can see that that's quite substantial. So you could have some of the larger fairies coming in to live in that. You can also use your condo dwellers from previous releases with it, and you can you could just have the bees sort of flittering around it, and that could be your card. You don't have to actually add anything else in if you want to. You can add a bit of colour to it. I know on some of the samples the roof has been decoupaged up, which is quite a nice thing to do too. That one, actually that tag has got a little bit of decoupage on it.
Excellent.
So that's a very simple, I think that's by Steph. That's a very simple tag there, just with a sentiment and a little bit of ink, and that's just so effective.
It's amazing. Look at that. Can you see it's been decoupaged? There you go. Beautiful. And then I've got to show this box. I went straight to this box.
You like that box, don't you?
Love that. How how effective is that? That's gorgeous. That's by Anne.
It's a little bit, when it's used like that, obviously with the red, it's a little bit more oriental.
It's exactly you read my mind, Julia. Seriously, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. So you know, you interpret them exactly as you want to.
Love that. £13.99, 258696 is your item number. Then next one, we've got the deer fox and the morels or morels. What do you reckon?
Whatever you want.
Yeah, any of those. The mushrooms.
The mushrooms, yeah. So I've never seen a stamp with the morel mushroom on before. So it's really unusual. And obviously you've got the large and the small, which is great for your perspective.
Yeah.
Obviously some of the fairies can sit on the top of it.
Absolutely.
You know, you can have a row of them, and Pixie, Trixie and Dixie can be running across them.
Nice.
So, you know, there's lots, and as you'll get to know your stamps. I mean, that is a very important thing. Don't expect, unless you're very experienced of this sort of stamp, don't expect to be able to immediately make a masterpiece. You do get to know them, and as you get to play with them, you realise what else you can do with them.
Love that idea. So this sample, I mean, just look at
so cute, aren't they? I know.
It's the personality they've got to them, which is absolutely adorable.
I know.
Look.
And they're not too big either, so they can work with some of the others. So they're in proportion to work with your fairies and to work with all your foliage as well.
Gorgeous.
You can see there's a bunny on there as well that we've got coming up, and then that tree stump is from an earlier release, but you can see the fox sits on there beautifully.
Amazing. £14.99 then. Item number is 758500. Next then we've got the bunny and bunny nest. Yes, that's it. Bryla, we were saying. Bryla?
Probably.
Yeah. I love the names.
And then we've got Who You Are as well, which is the sentiment as well. So
gorgeous.
I really like the bunny. And as I said to you, the bunny nest can sit on top of the fox den post if you want to, or they can sit on one of the daisy leaves. And then you've got Bryla, who can be just crouching down to talk to the animals, or she can actually be sat on top of some of the other elements. So sit her on top of the mushrooms, on top of the seed heads, on top of the clover, on top of the dandelion sprig. Right. So whatever you want to sit her on top of, you can do.
Excellent. I love that idea. What's that say? Don't wish to be anything but who you are. Lovely. £19.99 then, 768699. Following on, we've got the, now I love the peacock. We've got the peacock, the bird's nest. This is coming in as well. And then we've got the ducks and the birds. Beautifully nature inspired. I love peacocks, adore them.
Yes. So you can imagine you can stamp it and emboss it with some of your sparkling embossing powders. You could actually stamp it in multiple colour inks if you want to, or you can just take your pens and fill in the details. But it also, I see on one of the samples, because I had a good look before, the tail's been used as like foliage. So at the top and the bottom of the card as well, which is a nice thing to do. That one, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, this is the beauty about having a design team, because you can actually, and it's great for you guys because you see what other people are doing with them as well.
Yes.
And so things I wouldn't have thought about, or I haven't had time to think about yet, the design team have come up with. I mean, that's just absolutely stunning.
It is.
So it's just one stamp, which is the peacock, and then a sentiment. That's it.
Cool. Just love it.
It's tremendous, isn't it?
It's wonderful. Absolutely beautiful. £19.99, 053411. Then we've got sunrise, sunset. Again, details coming onto the screen. We've got a bit of magic dust in here. The graphics are like, stop going so quick, but we have to because we want to get to the demos as well. Then we're trying to show you everything.
You've got, that's Tara, isn't it? The
Yes,
Tara is the butterfly, and then you've got flutter dust as well. So flutter dust is like, I suppose, like your sparkle dust. So you can see there it's got dragonflies and butterflies in with the actual dust itself. And Tara can be sitting on things, or she can be like she's there. She can be kind of skipping across seed heads and mushrooms and whatever you wanted to.
That.
And then of course your two sentiments.
Gorgeous. I'm trying to find, wishing you fairies in your life, stardust in your soul and magic in your days. These are gorgeous sentiments.
They are really good sentiments.
Absolutely.
It's taken a while to get, I think Fairy Hugs have only been doing sentiments for about 2-3 months now, and I'm really pleased that they are, because they are coming up with some real smashers. They really are.
Nice. £18.99, 207747. Then we've got the seed pods and the Chinese lanterns coming up.
So useful.
You like these, don't you?
I really like these. Yeah, I really like foliage now, and since I've been using fairy hugs, and they're lotus seed heads, aren't they? That's what the seed pods are.
Yes.
And so you can see that the Pixie, Trixie and Dixie are going to be perfect for running across those. You can see Fifi on there, you can put Tara on there, you can also put Bryla on there. So lots and lots of things, but then it's just your foliage. And then that Chinese lantern, the detail in that is just absolutely beautiful.
Stunning. £13.99. Item number is 315681. And then last but by no means least, see, we've got so many new todays, we just needed to show you them all. So we've got the bluebells and the clovers, again, very useful.
Yeah, and two sizes of both of them.
Yeah.
So they're going to be obviously great for things with the large ones for like the animals to sit underneath, but the larger ones are great for sitting your fairies on as well. Yeah, they're really usable, and also the clovers are great to hang down. I noticed on some of the samples, again, because I've been having a good look, they look nice hanging down too.
Wonderful. Lovely. £16.99, 659 459 is your item number. Now, I did promise you some more samples. Now, the good thing is we've got a lovely little video, so we're going to take a look, and as I said, over the next 24 hours, we are going to show you as many samples as we can, but we needed to show you these new todays during the launch. So here we go, let's take a look. They are gorgeous, aren't they? Gorgeous. Right then, I am going to hand over to Julia. If you've got any of the previous collections from Fairy Hugs, you know what I'm going to say. Send in any pictures. We love to see your inspiration. Send them to studio@thecraftstore.com. Over to you, Julia.
Yes, and I know a lot of you collecting Fairy Hugs, so yes, it'd be really nice to see some. So what we're going to do is we're going to build up, and we're going to actually start really simple, really super simple, like a really quick card. Anybody can do this, anybody at all. So and I did do Facebook Live yesterday, and I made 5 projects on a Facebook Live yesterday. So you can check those out on my Facebook page, and obviously watch all these back if you want to. So we're starting with some low tack Scotch tape, which I can never get straight, and I'm just on, this is an A6 card, and I'm going to put some on the bottom. What I'm going to do is create a border and see if I can get it straight just by moving it up probably about that much.
Looks good to me.
So my border's going to be like that. And I'm going to use my clovers. So I want to just check that I'm about right. Yeah, that looks good to me. So I'm going to use, I find it easier to use Distress ink than to use oxide when I want to actually stamp on top, because there's a little bit of a kind of a resist going on, and the ink looks different when it drops off of Distress oxide onto your normal card than on regular Distress. And I'm very impatient with this. I like it to be dark immediately, but I'm not very good at building it up. I'm very impatient, because obviously with Distress oxides you can see the colour straight away, but regular Distress takes a little bit of a while to build it up. So I'm just using Shaded Lilac because I'm using the clovers. I think this is a nice colour to use with it.
Totally.
So just a little bit more so I can see it. It'll all be revealed when we remove the tape. Then we're going to go with our clover, and we're going to, like I say, we're going to use the small one, and we're just going to make ourselves a little border. I'm going to pop it on a regular block.
Excellent.
And I'm going to use my VersaFine Clear, and I'm going to use Monarch, which is a lovely purple.
Oh, it is, isn't it? It's gorgeous.
And we're only needing to stamp the top.
Okay.
So we're going to start over here, see if I can find the top. Give it a good old press. Don't worry about that there, because that's where the tape is. So if it looks like I've smudged it, I haven't. That's just where the tape is.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to go, I did do angles when I did it before. I think I'm just going to do straight lines on this one. This is where you get to the end and the last one you mess up.
Don't say that. You'll be fine.
I'm always like that. But that's where I could say that's where you stick a butterfly, but you don't tend to do that with this.
Look how fine that detail is. Isn't that beautiful?
They are photopolymer stamps. They're not acrylic. So they're very good quality, made in the States. And I think that it's just absolutely fantastic that the craft store bring them over here.
Yay. Good.
Okay.
Oh, fabulous. Perfect.
So I could have done with the spacing to be a little bit better. Not 100% happy with that, but it'd be good. So now we do the reveal.
Oh, look at that.
Which is really cool, isn't it?
I love that. Oh, I need to do a stock update, Julia, if I may.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right then, so for this collection already, 30% of the stock has gone. Just $16.99 for your bluebells and your clovers. Absolutely gorgeous, these. 659459 is your item number, but 30% of the stock has gone. Remember, these are meant to last for the 24 hours, but we are busy across the whole landscape here. Check out your baskets, then sit back and relax.
Okay, so now I'm putting my... Oh, I've just smudged that. Oh, how annoying. So I'm just putting this into my stamping platform. Okay. And then we're going to put Fifi on here. Let's move that down a bit. Cool. And just because she's a silhouette, you'll find that silhouette stamps, you'll want to stamp them a couple of times. And we want to keep her wings on. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop her there. So she's got her bottom on one piece of clover and she's got her feet on the other, okay?
Okay.
And we might as well, because we might as well stamp our sentiment at the same time.
Why not? That's what is good.
So this is the dance sentiment that comes with Pixie, Trixie and Dixie. Obviously Fifi's in the one-day special. And we can have that there. And we can see nicely whether we've got it straight or not because of the lines on our stamping platform.
Perfect.
And we're going to stamp this in the Nocturne, which is the black VersaFine Clear.
You really like those inks, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I don't like them when I forget that they're very juicy, and then when I'm colouring in, I kind of lean across and smudge them, and then I have to start all over again.
Bless you.
But as long as you remember that they're very juicy, then you're good. But you do need juicy ink pads when you're using your stamps. So give it a good old press. The sentiment you don't need to worry about too much. Got ink on my fingers, which probably means I've just knocked a piece of ink off. So give Fifi a really good press, and then I'm just going to lift her up gently.
Okay.
See, I need to just go again because that's the bit of ink I pulled off there.
Oh, I see.
I thought I had. So we're just going to focus on the body and the feet. What you might find is when the stamps are brand new, you might find that there is a little bit of residue from the manufacturing process left on, and if your VersaFine Clear pools a little bit, then you just need to clean your stamp, and then it'll be fine.
That's cool.
You won't. It'll only be while the stamp's new.
And maybe do a little test on just some cheap copy paper.
Yeah. I normally do kind of test it out to begin with. Right, so that's Fifi nice and clean. So we're going to give her something to hold in her hand.
Yeah.
And we've got the choice between the dandelions and the bubble wand. So we're going to give her the bubble wand.
Yes. I'll let you into it. See, I am a big kid. I've got, the big bubble ones that are in the tubes. Love it. But then Tony tells me off because he says people are going to complain because bubbles are hitting people's cars.
Oh, it's only a bubble. So because you're using the stamping platform, you can actually position it exactly where you want it. Yeah. Although it sticks to your fingers.
I love bubbles.
There we go.
Yep.
So we don't need much ink on that.
Okay.
And of course, whatever ink you've used in your border, you can then use that to actually colour in the fairy wings.
Nice.
And they do look they look lovely when they're coloured in.
Look.
So there she is.
So magical. What a beautiful card, and lovely to batch make, actually,
yes,
isn't it?
really easy to batch make, and colouring in the wings is very easy. It doesn't take very long. I've just been using my watercolour brush pens from Sentimental Yours to colour in. Yeah. But yeah, it's very, very easy to do, and that anybody can do.
Absolutely. Lovely stuff. All right, I will remind everybody of the one-day special. Again, though, please go to the website for everything else. But here is the one-day special that we've gone for here. Now, do you know there is a £9 saving? But even better, if you're a Freedom member, didn't I say this from the start? You've got an even better discount of £13. Now, that is amazing, considering this is a worldwide launch, and we're already giving you an amazing discount and value, and they are such beautiful stamps to work with. So you've got 9 stamps in total. Look at that, beautiful. If you're a Freedom member, you can spread the cost 2 payments of £18. But look, you've got that beautiful fox. You've got the foliage left and right. There she is, our beautiful fairy with her bubbles or her dandelions. I love that you've got choice there. And then at the top, here we go. You've got those beautiful little fairy nests. How adorable. I love the idea that fairies have nests and condos. I really like that as well. That is stunning. Let me show you a few finished samples just while Julie is getting ready. So now this is a good one. Oh, we're just looking at our fox there. How beautiful is this fox? Oh, lovely. So this one is by Ronnie, and what they've done is you can see they've stamped all the way around, almost created a frame with that beautiful floral, and then you've got that sentiment in the middle. That's just beautiful.
Twice,
has it?
Because it's such a big stamp, it's just been stamped top and bottom.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, that gets you a card done beautifully
really
fast.
quickly.
This one is by Steph. And we've got the little fairy nest, but we've got the deer. See how they all work together? This is the full collection we're looking at here. And then we've got one by Steph again. Isn't that stunning? So there she is, blowing the bubbles, and she's leaning against the mushroom. See, like you said, you can just go to town. There are so many different ways to use these. Not sure who this one's by. Did you do this one?
Oh, yes, that's one of mine.
Excellent. Lovely. Centre stage is our beautiful fox. I adore foxes. And then here's another one, brilliant example with Pixie, Trixie and Dixie. And they're dancing along on that beautiful daisy, glorious. As I said, if you're a Freedom member, you've got an extra discount, and you can spread the cost 2 payments of £18. And of course, if you're a Freedom member, you're not paying for your postage. Marvellous. 303446. Again, just another reminder that everything's going to be dispatched from the 25th of June, because obviously it's coming from across the pond. Right, lovely. We are approaching 20% of the stock gone. 20% gone. And we've got a deep stock. It's a really beautiful collection. It's stunning.
It is stunning. I'm so pleased that everybody's liking it, because it is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, I love it. I love it. But like you said, it's really nice as well as all the fairies. With the full collection, you've got the florals and you've got the animals, and then they all skip in the forest together.
Yes, absolutely. And you've got some lovely sentiments.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I'm so lucky. Obviously, I've got all of it, but I'd be sat at home struggling to choose, really.
Right?
So I'd want so much of it.
Well, let me tell you not that I'm a weather forecaster, but apparently now the next several days is going to be raining, so you could spend 24 hours a day playing with your brand new stamps. There you go. Yeah. Right, back to you, Julia.
Right, okay. Another simple one. We're going to do one very simple, close to the one that Alex has just showed you that I made. Okay. So we're using a jelly plate, and this is a 5-inch square piece of card. And it is, this is just pure white card from Sentimental Yours. And I'm on my 4-inch round jelly plate, and I've got some Mowed Lawn Distress ink. And I'm just using my brayer. This is one of the Sentimentally Yours brayers, the soft brayer, to move the ink around. And I know you can't really see it. The magic will happen shortly.
Fabulous.
And then this is the Frilly Branches, one of them from the one-day special. And all I'm going to do is just press it into my gel plate very gently. and then clean it off. So you can see ink's come off. There is ink on there.
Yeah.
Turn it. Press again. Turn it. And I can't see what I'm doing, so it'd be a surprise whether I've gone all the way around or not, or whether I've overlapped or not. So we'll see. Okay. So now we're going to just stamp this.
Cool.
And we're going to just pop it. In fact, let's just go up a little bit, I think, because I've changed my mind what I was doing with it. So we'll go up here a little bit. So you can see there was some ink on there.
Yeah.
And peel it off.
Hey, that's more than you think, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, mowed lawn's a really nice dark green.
Yeah.
So really, I'd have liked to go all the way around, but I don't mind that because it's kind of framed it a little bit and left an open area
like
up there.
The moon.
So you never know quite what you're getting, which is a little bit of a surprise, but a nice surprise.
Yeah.
So let's go into our stamping platform again. And we're going to stamp the Fox Den from the One Day Special. So this is how I plan my cards. I don't know, or my projects. I don't know if everybody else does the same, but this is how I do it. So I take my stamp, and we've got, obviously it's on acetate, and because they're individual stamps, you can actually do this. So we could actually have that there, and I know this card isn't big enough, but what you can do is you could take one of your nests, this is the bird nest, and you could actually stamp it on the top there, almost like a chimney top.
Yeah.
You know, so you could actually do that with that. We're not going to on that one, and I did intend not to, but I wanted to show you that one. So I know also now that because of where I placed it, I could actually put my deer in here, and my deer can be looking at that fox and thinking, now you're supposed to be coming to play with me, and you're asleep, and I'm not very happy about that. So you can make your stories up.
Lovely.
And then we know if I'm going to put him there, I know that I'm going to have enough space to put one of my sentiments in.
Perfect.
And that's going to be my project.
Nice.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I've got a plan in my brain, and that's where I'm working to. It doesn't always work that way, but it's good to kind of know where you're headed.
Absolutely.
So that's the kind of thing that I do at home all the time with my fairy hugs. So obviously bear in mind when you're placing this, and I am going to go slightly to the right so we can see that lovely detail from my gel press. Just remember that you want to have your log facing up rather than on the wonk.
Yeah.
Yeah? Unless it's a fallen one. And I'm going to go for, in fact I'll get another magnet out. I've lost a magnet. I'm going to go for Acorn Versifying Clay, which is the lovely brown.
Oh yes, that will look really sort of autumnal.
Yeah, I've used brown on a lot of my projects this time. Again, give it a good old tap.
Yeah.
And just wipe this down because I'm very messy. I'm very heavy-handed when I ink. So you can see the detail of the stamp through where you've inked. We might be all right on the first stamp through, or we might need a second. Give it a good.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So we can pop that in there. So that's good. Happy with that. And then we'll add our bunny. No, it's not bunny. It's a deer.
Deer, yes.
I really like the bunny, which is probably why I said bunny. So he can go there, looking in.
Oh, what a lovely composition.
Yeah. And then we're going to have, we can stamp our sentiment at the same time.
Cool.
So again, it's very quick. Once you've planned out what you want to do, it's very quick. Okay, and we can again look to see whether we're straightish. Yeah, that looks good to me. And again, we're going to go with the same acorn.
Nice.
You can make these, you know, you can imagine making these for charities because there's a lot of animal charities about.
Oh, well, that's a lovely
because they're
idea.
quite quick to make. Yeah. And you don't have to do big projects. I mean, I've done some projects in my pink pig journal, sorry, and I like that, and I like that I've made lots of different size things. Yes. I've done square, I've done A6, I've done all sorts of different. I've done, you know, tall, slim, whatever, and they fit on everything.
Absolutely.
Let's see how my dears come out. Yeah, perfect.
Yes.
So I'm happy with that. Oh. So all we would do
yep.
is just pop it onto a mat like that. I'd probably edge a little bit with ink, but there we go.
Perfect. Again, another absolutely stunning card. That's gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, I know the deer looking at the fox. It's very endearing, and I'm not meaning that as a pun.
No, but it is, isn't it? Yeah, it really. But you can see how easy they are to do. Yeah. And I really, I mean, if I can do it, then I think anybody can, because it isn't difficult. And where people are saying they're scared of seam building, well, yes, I was, absolutely. But it's just a case of getting to know the stamps and what you could...
And just get into it.
Just get into it. It's a piece of card at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And the fact, because I know, like you said, you've been doing some Facebook Lives. Yeah. We've got lots of samples to show you throughout the course of the 24 hours. I'm sure Fairy Hugs are on social.
Yes, yes. There's on Facebook, there's a page called Fairy Hugs Store, and you can go and join that group, and that's where all the sneaky peeks start first.
Oh, all right.
And Bonnie does YouTube videos as well. Yeah, so there's lots and lots of tutorials for you to watch.
Good. Lovely. Right then, another quick recap. You might just be joining us. Where have you been? You're missing so much. So we're going to show you, this is the official one-day special, but all of our new todays, including the one-day special, literally it's a worldwide launch. So you've got your fabulous daisy, such a beautiful large stamp. You've also got your foliage, the lefty and the righty. You've got your fox that Julia's just been using. And then we've got our lovely fairy. I just adore her. I love how she's sat. I love that she's got the choice of using the bubble wand. That's it. I was going to say bubble blower, and then I was like, I'm not sure that's right. And then you've got the dandelion clocks, and just above it here, there we go, we've got the fairy nests. Right, have a little look at some samples. This one is by Ronnie. And what they've done is they've cut it out, look at that, pieced it onto a nice bit of, it looks like background paper, stamped onto the background paper, and of course you've got that lovely sentiment. But you'll see with everything that there'll be mixes from all of the beautiful New Today collections. So here she is, isn't that wonderful? So you can position her perfectly to be sat on that beautiful daisy. Love that. Here's another one with our Mr. Fox. Is this yours, Julia?
Yes.
Yes. I'm like, there's no name, it must be
There's no name, it's mine.
Absolutely. Look, and then here's an example of the left and the right, and he's nestled sleeping in the foliage. I just think that's absolutely beautiful. Okay, right, $39.99. But if you're a Freedom member, it's less than that, which is jolly marvellous. It's $35.99 with a £13 saving. And also you can spread the cost, 2 payments of £18. 20% of the stock has gone, don't forget, and we've got a deep stock to try and last us for the 24 hours. We'll see. 303446 is your item number. Next then, we've got Dixie, Trixie and Pixie. I'm going to struggle with that, aren't I? And Dandelion and Dance. These are some of my absolute favourites. Just their poses are absolutely glorious. They could be doing all sorts, couldn't they? Absolutely gorgeous. Right, let's see. So here, just trying to find, here we go. Have a little look at this one. So here she is. So this one's by Steph. Again, teaming it with the daisy from the one-day special, but she's just dancing away, prancing around. Absolutely gorgeous on that daisy. That's by Steph. This one again by Steph. Now look at that, creating a background. I think that's really clever. Oh, and here are all three of them. Isn't that glorious? That's a lovely composition. I'm liking this. Isn't that stunning? I mean, that could be framed, absolutely. There you go. £23.99. 160044 is your item number. Then we've got Solara, Sparkle Dust and Make-A-Wish. And it's £18.99 for this lovely little set. So you've got that sentiment, and there she is. She could be sprinkling fairy dust. She could be doing all sorts. I love the shape of her wings, actually. That's beautiful. Now, in this finished sample, which is by Anne, she's holding... Oh, yes, mustn't forget this, because it's a lovely one that you could... That's the sparkle dust that you could use even in Christmas cards. This one's by Anne. And she's holding the fairy nest from the one day special. And then we've got the lovely little deer from the other set. So it's absolutely beautiful. We've got this one by, what's her name again?
Shumin.
Thank you. By Shumin. And look at that, and spreading some sparkle dust all the way up. Isn't that glorious? 18.99, 581099 is the item number. Then we've got the bees and the fairy nest. And this is a larger fairy nest. Isn't that glorious? Look at them. And we love our bees. They all work so well together. So let's show you this one. I don't think I showed you this one. Here she is with her, this is Solara. Here we go, with our fairy nest. No, that's not Solara, that is Solara. Okay, sorry, getting myself confused.
I know, I get confused.
Beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? Oh, I love it with the chain hanging from the daisies. That's beautiful. And here's another one. Let's bring this one in. Oh, I love the colours to this as well. I love the highlights from the white gel pen, and everything really pops.
That must be Shumin. She's got a very distinctive style to her. She's very colourful in her projects.
Nice. Oh, right. Over 20% of the stock has gone here. Everything is so busy. Over 20% of the stock gone. It's £13.99. 258696 is your item number. Then we've got our deer, fox and morels, moral. Can somebody let us know? That would be jolly marvellous. The mushrooms.
I think it's morel.
Morel. You reckon? I think I've heard morel.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. It sounds posh.
Yes.
Excellent. Here we've got some more samples. Oh, his little head. Hang on. I might have to fix this one. Come here, little bunny.
They get damaged when they come over, unfortunately.
Look, I'm going to hold it here. Look, there you go. This one is by Anne, but I just wanted to show this because it's got all of them in it. And that's just so pretty. Oh, I love that. Hey. Oh, and look, this one. Oh, it's so beautiful with our gorgeous deer. I love the colour, actually. Why not? It's like, almost like a silhouette you could do.
Yeah, they do stamp and emboss really well.
£14.99, 758500. This is another one, 20% of the stock. I know that there are a lot of you out there that are collectors now. Then, moving along. This one is your bunny's nest, Bryla, and who are you? Who are you?
Who you are, isn't it?
Who you are. I was going to say, no, who you are. You are right. Katie said, who are you? That's why I was like, who are you? Yeah, who are you? It's not that, it's who you are. That completely changes the meaning, doesn't it? Love it. Look at the bunny there. His little whiskers, amazing. This one is by Bonnie. We've got the beautiful birds. Oh,
she does wonderful backgrounds, Bonnie does. I mean, they all do, but I must have a go at how she does it. I've got an idea of how she does it, but I don't know if it's true or not.
Give it a go. Give it a whirl.
I will.
And this one is by Ronnie. Oh, so colourful, isn't it? That's again telling such a beautiful story. £19.99. Item number is 768699. Next, then we've got the Peacock, Bird's Nest, and the Birds and the Ducks. The Peacock's one of my faves as well. I just love peacocks. They are so grand. They are so grand.
Well, they're royal, aren't they?
Absolutely. Yeah. I didn't know that they can actually sort of fly a little bit. I didn't know this. I saw it at Warwick Castle and one flew over my head and jumped on the fence and I was like, what is this? I just didn't know. Didn't know. Anyway, that's a random story. Let's show you some samples. Marcus just said there'll be more random stories tonight at 9 o'clock. Right, let's do some samples. There you go. Look how elegant this is. They've done little pinpoints actually on there.
Yes,
beautiful.
It's the detail that's on the stamp and then just added the white pen over the top. Yeah.
That is really beautiful. And look at this one. Oh, look, that's just stunning. Okay, £19.99, 053411 is your item number. Then you've got your Sunrise Sunset. That's from a musical, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah, but you've also got your Stardust and everything in here. So this is a lovely, lovely set. You've got 4 stamp sets, so you've got some sentiments in this one. You've got your beautiful fairies, and again, you've got another lovely worker that's just wonderful for your fairy dust and your background. Have a little look at this one. This one's by Steph. Look, it's almost like she's telling the bunny a little bit of a secret. It's the way she's positioned.
Yeah. And the bunny's very good because he's obviously listening very intently.
Indeed. Bit of goss, local gossip.
Yeah.
Who's seeing who? And this one is by Ronnie. Ah, that's gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, and standing on that little...
Chinese lanterns.
Thank you, yes. 18.99, 207 747. Then we've got the seed pods and the Chinese lantern. These ones have been very, very busy indeed. We are a third of the stock gone. Lovely jubbly. Let's bring this one in. Oh, this is gorgeous. This one is by Ronnie. And it's really nice with the black emboss, isn't it? Look at that.
Yes.
That's stunning. Again, it makes it so magical. And here we go. This one is also by Ronnie. And look, she's coloured the little bees in with the bit of glitter. But you've got those seed pods there.
It's nice for using all the foliage together, isn't it? With the foxden. You see how they all work together really well.
100%. Yeah, love that. 13.99, 315681. And then last but not least of our new today, so you've got such a wonderful collection. Did you say 34 stamps in all? Yeah, you counted. Amazing. So you've got your bluebells and your clovers here. And then last one, isn't this stunning? And it's using the lovely little fox. This fox looks so demure.
Very content with his lot.
Content, that's nice. Because somebody's fed him some chicken, that's why. And you've got that beautiful, beautiful bluebell
But
there.
that's so simple, though, isn't it? It's just one bluebell, the fox, and a sentiment.
It's perfect. It's just lovely. And then this one, here's your clover. And your bees. Oh, a little bit of decoupage going on. Marvellous. Now, we are 40% of the stock gone. It's £16.99. Item number is 659459. Do give us a call, 01733602000, or go to thecraftstore.com. So we've got about 10 minutes, Julia, is that all right?
That's plenty, that's plenty. Right, so I've got a background here, and this is with Distress Oxide sprays.
Yep.
I'm not going to show you how to make this background because it takes a little while, and obviously I want to do some stamping, but I did do something similar on my Facebook Live. If we get time tomorrow, I'll do one. So it's just a background, and it's 5 by 7 in size, because then it can go into my journal. So we're planning this out. Again, we're thinking about what we're doing with it. So I'm going to use the seed pods, and we're going to have these all along the bottom, right? And then we're going to bring in Pixie, Dixie and Trixie, and they're going to be coming in here, and they're going to be dancing. And we need to make sure that we've got enough space for our sentiment on there as well. We might even throw in some flutter dust as well. So we don't want to stamp these too high up. So that's the plan.
Right.
Okay. So we always have a plan in mind, just in case. Sometimes it goes completely awry and I don't leave enough space for things. And then there's no sentiment. What colour to use? What colour to use? That's a difficult one. Stop faffing, Julia, and just stamp. Shall we go for... Let's go for Monarch, because we've got purple in the back. Or should we go for blue? Let's go for blue. Let's go for medieval blue. Because we can. It's nice to have the choice. So this is a dark blue, so it'll probably look like black on the screen. So I might as well have just gone for black. But so I'm just going to start on the edge. Just in fact, we'll come in a bit like that, I think, to begin with. Give it a good old press. Really like this. Of course, you can add a little bit of colour to it if you want to, but I mean, I tend to leave them empty. I love lotus seed heads. I used to when I was pregnant with my daughter. I did a dried flower arranging course. Oh yeah. And we used to spray dried flowers, different colours, so that the bouquet would all coordinate. And lotus seed heads were one of the things I really like because they were a real focal point. So they make a really nice border. You could do the same thing as we did before. You could actually kind of just you know, use your tape and have a border just of these and make a simple card if you wanted to. But there's our border, okay, across the bottom. This is now we're going to go into our stamping platform again for a bit of insurance purposes, and we can do a lot of stamping all together, which is the nice thing to do.
Yep.
And let's get this in here. I do like the blue actually, it does work quite nicely. So let's go right into the corner just in case.
Okay, doke.
Let's take our sentiment first of all, because we know roughly where we want it. Okay, about there. Then we can bring in our fairies. So this one is Dixie. It doesn't really matter because you get them all. So she's going to come. She's heading downwards.
That's so cool.
Like that.
Yep.
I mean, once they're dirty, you can actually see exactly where they're going to go.
Right.
So I know you like to clean your stamps.
I do.
I just don't have time. So, and then this one, this is the other one. She is Pixie.
Yeah.
And she's dancing on that little one there. And then this one here, she's a little bit of a tyke. I think this one is really naughty. And
this last one?
This last one, yeah. I think she's going to, this must be, I can't remember, I keep on forgetting which one they are. Trixie. She looks like she's going to jump over that one and into the next bit, onto the next scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have that like that. Let's move the sentiment down a little bit, and then we can have some foliage coming in at the top as well.
Fabulous.
Okay. And we can bring in, just while we're at it, because you do a lot of stamping all together, your flutter dust. Make sure that your butterflies are actually in the right order, and then this one in the middle, whichever her name is, she's letting go of some of that and sending that all over the place. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's my scene. I can stamp all that at once. How fabulous is that, being able to do that? And all with the medieval blue again. We will need to do the fairies a second time.
Okay.
Because they are silhouettes and we want to make sure we get some good detail on them.
Yep, nice and crisp.
But the sentiment and your flutter dust should be absolutely fine. Tap, 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 tap. Clean that moss off.
Yep.
Good old press. Make sure I do all of them.
Yeah, they're so beautiful.
They are. They're fabulous. They really are.
Yeah.
And
The poses are just right, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are.
Oh, I don't know. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, but I want them a bit darker.
Sure.
So, and that's your option to do that. So you don't have to have it light if you don't want to. You can have it darker. I mean, we could bring in some more of these, but I think that'd be overdoing it a little bit. So let's just give a little bit more ink to these.
Okay.
Just because we can, because we know they're in the same position. I've got a very squeaky
I was
platform.
just thinking that. You need some WD-40.
I know. Can you put WD-40 on them? I'm not sure if you can.
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Don't listen to my advice.
No, I don't know either. So they're a bit darker now, so I'm happy with that. So let's bring in some of the foliage around the top just to frame it, to finish it off. So I'm going to go back with my piece of paper again.
Okie doke.
So we're going back for, yeah, I think I want it delicate, so we're going to go for the frilly branches that are in the one day special. We only need to use one, you don't need to use both. And get rid of that onto there. This is where I get mucky fingers picking my stamps up. See, it's a good size stamp.
Yeah.
And we're staying with the blue. We only need to use a little bit. So we can have this coming in on the end here.
Lovely. Oh, yes. It's lovely and delicate.
It is very delicate, yeah.
Yeah.
But you can just use the top of it, you see, just to frame. And they all stamp absolutely beautifully. Never ever had a problem with any of the Fairy Hug stamps, and I've got most of them. Just one more. And what I would do is I'd probably wait for the ink to dry, and I'd probably, I don't know, add a little bit of sparkle or something to the wings and just edge it a little bit. But That is really easy to do.
Stunning.
Isn't it? But it's the stamps. They do all the work.
It's so
You've watched
stunning.
me do it. You've seen how quick it is and how easy it is. Just have an idea of where you want to put stuff in your mind and you're good to go.
I love that. It does look so magical, especially with the colours in the background as well.
Yeah.
But the stamps, like you say, really, really make it. They're just beautifully drawn.
Yeah.
Let's do some samples then, just to the end. Here we are. So these are from the one-day special. And you can see there's our beautiful beautiful fairy there, teamed with some dandelion clocks. So is this yours?
Yes, that's mine. So it's exactly what we did at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
But instead of using the clovers, I've used the top of the dandelions.
They look brilliant. Oh, here's another version. Look at that one.
Yeah, so that one's just been coloured in. So that's what I did at the top of the hour, but I've just coloured in the little flower and the fairy wings. And you can see it makes such a difference when she coloured them in.
Yeah, they're beautiful. And I love colouring in, as you know. And then look at this one with our lovely
Must be
fox.
Ronnie's, I should think.
That's quite nice. I like the composition of that as well, on that jaunty angle.
Yeah, and it's like there's a little bit missing at the top, isn't it, where it's been torn out with the page.
Yeah, love that. And then this one, let's bring this one in, feeding the birds. That's all with the bubbles. Look at that. That is gorgeous.
Yeah, so that's on a previous release. That's on the moon tree from the, and you can see that the nest sits nicely in that.
It's very clever. Like everything's been so well thought out.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous. Right, we are coming to the end, so please make sure you're checking out your baskets. It's been a really, really fabulous launch. I know you all love magic. So if you're a Freedom member, you've got a £13 saving on these beautiful, beautiful stamps. You've got the daisy, you've got the lovely foliage, you've got our Mr. Fox, who's so content, and I just adore him. Our lovely lady, what's her name again?
Fifi.
Fifi, thank you, with the bubbles, or she could be blowing some dandelions. And then, of course, you've got those beautiful little fairy nests. I love that idea. Or lanterns, they could be lanterns.
They could be,
yes. Nice. Now, if you want to spread the cost, if you're a Freedom member, 2 payments of £18. That is so good for these beautiful stamps because they're sizable stamps as well. 303446 is your item number. Thank you very much, Julia.
Thank you. See you at 8.
Yes, we will see you in an hour. Right, as always, don't go anywhere because we've got more coming up after this short break with the lovely Paula. So stay tuned.